The preamble to the Constitution of India. Let's first understand what's the meaning of the word preamble here. Preamble literally means the preface or the introduction of any book or the statute of a law book. The document that you see here is the first page. It's the first page of the original Constitution of India that was written for the first time. This particular image that you are looking at. It says, "We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice of social, economic, and political type, liberty of thought, expression, and belief, with faith and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of December 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution." Well, these are the wordings which were written in the preamble of the Constitution of India at the initial stage, that is, on the day when it was adopted. It was 1949, the November. Now let's understand what was the need of a preamble. What was the need of this one-page document in the Constitution? The preamble is a crisp one-page document summarizing what is written inside the Constitution. The whole book of Constitution has this one-page document, and this particular thing, these particular words summarize what's written inside that heavy book. Or can be said that the preamble acts as the foundation over which Constitution is kept. The preamble enshrines the basic philosophy. Now what we are seeing here is actually the basic philosophy. It says that India is a sovereign power, it's a democratic power, it's a republic. It provides justice, it provides liberty, it provides equality, it is promoting fraternity. So these are the things which are enshrining, which are giving us, which are telling us what's the basic philosophy of the Constitution in the minimum words possible. Now this is something that we should know here. Minimum words possible, minimum words. So this is the beauty of the Constitution, where the grammar, the English has been used perfectly. It has been put to a great use, rather, where every word and every phrase written has been carefully chosen. Every word has some meaning. Every word has been chosen very carefully with a great thought behind. All in all, we can divide this preamble into 5 major parts. Let's see what are these parts actually. The source of preamble. Now the source of preamble is "we the people of India." That is, the people of India are the source of preamble. The next thing, the second part, that it is the nature of Indian state. It is describing that is the type of politics India has. Now we are saying that India is a sovereign country, India is socialist, India has secular power, India is democratic, and India is republic. Now these 5 words are describing the type of politics India has. Now let's see the other part. It is actually the objectives of the Indian Constitution. There are 4 major objectives of the Indian Constitution, which first is the justice, second the liberty, then equality, and then fraternity. Well, we are providing 3 types of justice. One is your social justice, another is economic justice, and then the political type of justice. In the case of liberty, the Constitution of India demands that the people, that is the citizen of India, should have liberty of thought, they should have liberty of expression, they should have liberty of belief, liberty of faith, and similarly liberty of worship. In the third step, the Constitution of India demands that the people of India should have equality of status and equality of opportunity, and to promote among them all. This is something that they are demanding here, to promote fraternity, which is assuring the dignity of the individual. Also it is demanding unity and integrity of the nation. And then the date of adoption, of this Constitution, which was the 26th day of November 1949. That is 26th November 1949. Well, this was the date when almost the whole Constitution was created, and that day, although all these people of Constituent Assembly, they accepted this particular part, And then the last one, which is called as the acceptance. The acceptance. The acceptance says that we, the people of India, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this constitution. So we can say there are five divisions of the preamble. The first is the source, the second is the nature of Indian state, the third is the objectives, fourth the adoption, and fifth the acceptance. Well, Srimati Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister of India, in 1976 changed certain words which the original preamble had. For example, here we see it says sovereign democratic republic, and now the present constitution's preamble has sovereign socialist secular democratic republic, so that these words written in red are actually changed by the then Indira Gandhi government, and they added these words socialist and secular. Similarly, in this line which says fraternity, it says assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. She also increased these words and changed them to dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity. These words and integrity, these two words written in red, are also increased by the then Indira Gandhi government in 1976. And these all changes are also known by the 42nd Amendment. 42nd Amendment, or rather we can say by 42nd Amendment of the Constitution, these words were added into the preamble. Well, it is noteworthy that after the adoption and enactment of the Constitution as the fundamental governing document, there arise two questions, which should the preamble be considered as the main part of the Constitution, and also the other question was, can preamble be amended? Well, we will be discussing these two questions in detail in later videos, but at present we can say both the answers of these questions is in affirmative, that is yes. That is, yes, the preamble should be considered as the main part of the Constitution, and also preamble can be amended. It is also true, where we can already say that in the 42nd Amendment, as we have already seen, the preamble was amended. Well, the former Chief Justice of India, Muhammad Hidayatullah, this photograph is of the Chief Justice, the ex-Chief Justice of India at that time, stated in his book Democracy in India and the Judicial Process. He said, preamble resembles the Declaration of the Independence of United States of America, but is more than a declaration. It is the soul of our Constitution, which lays down the pattern of our political society. It condemns a solemn resolve which nothing but a revolution can alter. Well, what he said was noteworthy. It clearly says that the Declaration of Independence of USA is quite similar to that of India, or vice versa, and it also says that it contains a solemn resolve which nothing but a revolution can change, a revolution can alter. That is, yes, if you want to change the Constitution, you have to have a revolution in India, in the country, to change the Constitution. In normal circumstances, these cannot be changed. Well, at this point of time, it is interesting to mention that here is the preamble to the Constitution, which is actually based on the objective resolution drafted and moved by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 13th December 1946 in the Central Hall of the Parliament. That's on the Constituent Assembly, in the Constituent Hall of the Parliament. They actually declared this objective resolution, and many of those parts which he stated then, they were incorporated into the Constitution. For example, the first part when he said was, the Constituent Assembly declares its firm and solemn resolve to proclaim India as an independent sovereign republic and to draw up for her future governance a constitution. That is, he demanded that the Constitution of India, or rather the country India, should be a sovereign country and should be a republic. Other thing that he demanded was, wherein all power and authority of sovereign independent India, its constituent parts and organs of government are derived from the people. That is the power of the Constitution that should be coming from, that should come up from, or rather derived up from the people of the country itself. They should not be under any jurisdiction, any other country's jurisdiction. Other thing that he demanded there in the objective resolution was, wherein shall be guaranteed and secured to all the people of India, justice, social, economic and political, equality of status of opportunity and before the law, freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship, vocation, association and action, subject to law and public morality. Now these are also the things that we have already seen into the preamble. They are already incorporated. And then another thing that we see from the objective resolution was wherein adequate safeguards shall be provided for minorities, backward and tribal areas, and depressed and other backward classes. This is somewhere we see in the fraternity and unity of the nation in the preamble itself. Well, I recommend that you people should read objective resolution in actual and see what Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said at that time. Well, although the preamble is the first page of the constitution, it is also interesting to note that preamble enacted later than the constitution. That is, it was created and it was adopted later than the actual constitution. The whole part of the book was adopted. The preamble was later adopted later than that. And the reason was the preamble should have been into conformity with the constitution as adopted by the Constituent Assembly then. So it has to have some conformity. And at the end, two things should be noted regarding the preamble. One, the preamble is neither a source of power to the legislature. That is, the preamble is not a prohibition upon the powers of legislature. And other thing is, it is not justiciable. That is, in the courts of law of India, preamble cannot be justified. If someone says that I haven't got anything what's written into the preamble, then it is not justiciable. The courts of law will not approve it. Although certainly we can say what's written into the preamble, as it's the preface, it's actually the summary of the constitution, all the things are influenced by this. So this is all what the preamble of the Constitution of India says.